Hello, my fellow humans, and welcome back to another Scatter Love Tarot reading with your girl Becky coming at you with pick a card on how and when will I meet the one. I've not done one of these, but I do feel called to do one right now. So yeah, we're just going to see how it goes. Keeping in mind these are general readings, so knowing that as you interact with the channel by liking, commenting, and subscribing, it does allow me an opportunity to directly connect with your energy and get you out more resonant readings. Also, if you're interested in supporting the channel further, make sure you check out the description box down below where you'll find all the links necessary to do so. You can send me an email for a personal reading where I will get you out further information as well as scheduling options. Also, make sure you follow me on over to my podcast at Scatter Love Radio, where it's just a fun, chill hangout session with yours truly, and I really hope to see you there. Awesome. I want to say thank you to anyone and everyone that has chosen to join this journey, that has shown up. You are so incredible and amazing, and I just appreciate you so very much. And for those of you that are new, this is a reminder that we are all human here. This is to come as you are, your most authentic self, and this should be a safe space for you to express yourself as you are. So that being said, let us go ahead and get into our prayer, and then we will get into your reading. Okay, my beloved source, this prayer is for any and all who come onto this reading. I ask that you gift us with understanding of past lovers. Past lovers where we may have been hurt, brokenhearted, where we maybe have gotten the short end of the stick, or maybe we just had to leave to self-persevere, to preserve ourselves. I ask for the understanding that these situations were leading us to what was meant for us, and that in forgiveness of these past situations, we open ourselves up to the truth of love that's meant to come into our lives. Even though it was difficult, and even though we may have promised ourselves that we weren't going to forgive, knowing that when we hold on to these resentments and these hurts and these pains, that we are only hurting ourselves. And so I ask that you help open our hearts to the freedom that forgiveness can bring, and the freedom of what love that's meant to be in our lives looks like. And may you guide us through that path, and may you light that path so that we may easily and effortlessly follow it. So as I speak these words, so shall they be. Amen. Aho Ase. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So let me go ahead and get that set up. Oh, I almost got the ash over there. Almost. Okay. And the holder. There we go. Alright, so today we are going to be getting from the Love Oracle deck that I have here. I think this is called the Angel Messages, Angels Love Oracle Messages or something like that. I cannot see the box right now. I apologize. Got it stacked over there. But let's go ahead and shuffle this source. How and when is my collective going to meet the one? How and when, source? Okay, thank you. Okay, for pile number one, what oracle card will help us understand better how and when pile one is going to meet the one? Thank you. Okay. For pile number two, source, what oracle card is going to help us understand better how and when they are going to meet the one? Okay, thank you, source. And for pile number three, source, what oracle card will help us understand better how and when they are going to meet the one? Thank you. On the bottom of the deck, I love you. This is the image from the back of the card. It says these are powerful words. Number 20, I love that confirmation. The source heard us. This is the message for today. So let me get these set up. All right. Okay, for pile number one, we do have this beautiful rhodochrosonite for you to choose from. For pile number 2, we have this beautiful rock that I found for you to choose from. It's like almost perfectly round. Okay, and for pile number 3, we have this beautiful shard of amethyst for you to choose from. So we do have pile 1, pile 2, and pile 3. And whichever one you're drawn to, that should be the pile for you. And with that being said, I will see you over on your perspective pile. Hello, my fellow human. If you were drawn to this beautiful rhodochrosonite, or if you were drawn to this card during the shuffle, then this is your reading on how and when will you meet the one. We'll go ahead and check that out later. Put that up there. First things first, keep in mind these are general readings, so please take what resonates and leave what does not, knowing that as you interact with the channel by liking, commenting, and subscribing, it does allow me an opportunity to directly connect with your energy and get you out more resonant readings. Also, make sure that you do check out the description box where you'll find all the links to further support the channel, where you can email me for a personal reading. And I will send you out further information as well as scheduling options. And also, if you're interested, check me on out at my podcast at Scatter Love Radio, which is on Spotify and Anchor FM. It's just a real cool, fun hangout session with yours truly, and I really hope to see you there. So that being said, let's go ahead and get into your reading and find out first how you'll meet the one, and then we'll learn later on when. Okay, so Source, how will pile number 1 meet the one? What can you tell us, Source? How will pile number 1 meet the one? What do they need to know, Source? How will pile 1 meet the one? So, we have Jupiter, we have Leo in 10th house. Through luck and career. And that's real right here. This is just saying that once you find some stability in your career, like true stability for you, right? Not just struggling or living paycheck to paycheck, or, you know, this is like confidence. Like you're confident in the career that you have. You're confident in the pay that you're making. You're confident in living life. Your charisma is going to be next level. And I feel like you're just going to be giving off like really flirty vibes. Okay. It's not that you're trying to flirt with everyone that you're coming in contact with. That's not what this is. You're just going to be giving off really flirty vibes, but it's through your career. So whenever you get, maybe you're trying to get a status or a reputation, or you're trying to get a title or whatever it is, when you receive that title, it's like putting the cog in place, and it's going to allow you to go to the next level on your journey in love, which is going to bring you luck in all things. Love, travel, life, money, growth. So how are you going to meet the one? It's going to happen when you notice your career taking off. Okay? For real. Like it's going to happen when you realize that things are coming true for you. You're going to gain some sense of attention. This could be your fame, your fortune, your long-term goals are coming to fruition. You're going to have a lot of structure and foundation in your life. You're going to be able to be a leader in your life. You're going to be healing your inner child. You're going to feel very brave. You're going to be very protective over yourself, your energy, and those that you love. You're going to be very generous and charismatic at this time. If you're not already these things, it's like this is what's coming, right? You're going to be very playful. You're just going to be like a big kid running around, having a good time and living and enjoying life. And people are just going to be very drawn to you. Again, this idea of fame. So maybe you have a platform that you're building, right? And you're wondering whenever it's going to take off. Well, that's another reading I actually posted this week. You can check out is how and when will I be successful? So definitely check that one out if you haven't. But this is talking about your fame and fortune, and how when you're getting recognized by others, you're going to feel very fulfilled. And it's not that recognition of others so much as just being able to actually see your goals like manifest in front of your face, to be tangible, to feel, to experience the truth of your goals. You're going to be going through a lot of growth. You're going to have a lot of understanding for others, okay? This is going to be able to be financially free, I feel, is something that's coming for you, and that's how you're going to meet the one. So you could very well meet the one while you're traveling, especially with Jupiter energy here. We do have this sense of travel. We will find out more with the tarot. But it does feel like there's going to be a lot of happiness overall in your life. You're going to be feeling so good about yourself. You're going to be giving to others, because that's something that I feel that fulfills you, is like helping out others. Like you could go to the soup kitchens, help people at the soup kitchens. This could be you giving money to people you see on the side of the road. I know a lot of people have a lot of judgments about that. But again, we've never experienced that person's life. So when we're judging them, we're truly judging ourselves for not giving them compassion or benefit of the doubt. But I do feel like you're somebody who does help people. It's like if you have a few dollars in your cup holder, you're going to give those few dollars to someone you see on the side of the road, because you know sometimes a cup of coffee is enough to make somebody's day, or to be able to get $1 burger or something like that, so that they at least have food. It makes you feel better. You know it's going to help them out. It's not about what they do with the money. It's just that intention that's behind it. Like, I'm gifting this to you because I truly want to help you. I want you to do better. And maybe by me giving you these few dollars, it's just the hope that you need, right? So it doesn't have to be that either. It could just be like maybe you help people out by, you know, volunteering your time, or helping kids out in the neighborhood, helping the community out, helping the church out, whatever it could be. But you're going to be feeling really fulfilled when you meet the one, because you're helping others. You're helping yourself. You're doing what makes you feel good about your life. But you're also going to be having really good success in life. Like, you're going to have a fat bank account, like, and I feel like that's going to help you gift your time and energy to others as well. You know, whether that's through gifts or just through, you know, helping people who are less fortunate. That's what it feels like. So Source, how is pile number 1 going to meet the one? Thank you. How is pile number 1 going to meet the one, Source? Thank you. How is pile number 1 going to meet the one, Source? How is pile number 1 going to meet the one? Okay, thank you. How is pile number 1 going to meet the one, Source? Okay, this one wants to come out. Thank you, Source. Sorry about my nails. I'm going to be doing them later. I guess I shouldn't apologize. It doesn't matter. It's just life got the best of me, and I was going to have my nails done, but no, that didn't happen. So again, we have the 10 of coins coming out on the bottom here. This idea that you are going to be very, very successful. You're going to have everything that you wanted in life. Your perspective of life is going to be very open and fluid, and you're going to be showing others new ways of living as well. You know, again, this idea of leadership, you're going to be helping others manifest their dreams, whether or not you're intentionally doing it, or if it's just through you being yourself, right? Okay, so we have the 4 of Swords. A lot of 4s. We have the 4 of Wands. Ooh. Okay, and we have the Page of Wands here. Okay, so I don't know if this is something you're experiencing right now or something you just recently got out of. We do have this idea coming through here of being connected with somebody who is very sexually immature. And that could be you too, you know. Again, if it is you, take accountability for your own actions. You know, we are human. We experience things through sexual activity, and sometimes we get very addicted to that feeling. So it's cool. It doesn't make you a bad person, okay? I'm just saying. But if it's not you and you've been dealing with someone who is very immature sexually, or who broke your heart through cheating, you know, it's something that you felt very stuck in, and something that you felt like you couldn't move away from. It's almost like this gave you the fuel that you needed to build your empire and your legacy. And so that's what's going on here. It's like once you heal from this completely, this past connection, this does feel like a past connection to me, okay? This is how you're going to meet the one. It has to come from healing wholly from this and feeling full inside, knowing that you're complete as you are in this moment, that you're not broken. No matter what you went through in life, you're not broken. And I feel like that's what's coming here. It's like this is something that's karmic by nature, but this is also something that was designed to help you build a solid foundation in your life so that you no longer put up with people who are lower in vibration than you. Not settling, right? Because that's all that's coming along, or because they're painting a good picture. One second, I need a drink of water. And now it's like seeing this, right? Being able to see this energy and being able to discern when people are like this, when people just want something that's physical and not something that's emotional or spiritual. It's like you're in the business of being, you want something to physically manifest that's very spiritual and emotional, mental, like something that you can connect with somebody on a different level than just physical. That's what you want to manifest. And I feel that. Right? Because you've changed your perspective. And so it's like, well, if I can't manifest that right away, you just turned and you've been working on your career. And so because your career is taking off, that's how you're going to meet the one. It's very clear here. We do have 4 and 10 making an appearance here. So I do feel like 4 to 10 months is when your career is going to blow up. But I do feel like that's also around the time frame that you'll be meeting this person. But you're going to feel a lot more safe as the person that you are. That's the thing that's coming through the strongest here. You're going to feel safe. You're going to feel balanced. You're going to feel whole. That's the thing. I keep saying whole, like complete. Like I feel like you've experienced a time in your life where you were very broken and very jaded about what had happened to you or what had been going on in life. And no longer are you going to be feeling that way. You're just going to be like, okay, this happened to me and I became stronger because of it. And now I can move on. Yeah, we have the 8 of Spades coming out here depicting justice. You're no longer seeing from the emotional standpoint or trying to make rational decisions with the mind. This is seeing clearly with your intuitive eye. And being able to judge others, not in a judgment sense, but it's like using your discernment to say, okay, is this person for me or are they against me? Is this person going to bring value into my life or are they going to deduct value from my life? And being fair to yourself and saying, I'm not going to settle anymore just because that's what I did my whole life, right? I am going to open myself up to a true love. And that's, I feel like, what you truly want. And that's what's coming in. But you have to realize the amount of work and effort that you've put into this to make that a reality, right? It's not been easy for you. This is something that has been very challenging for you, but you are doing it. Yeah, and look, we have the 2 of Hearts, also the 2 of Cups being depicted by Temperance through healing. Your love comes through healing the wounds of your past. Forgiveness. Letting go. And if you didn't catch the beginning, the intro, I had in my prayer, I talked about that in my prayer, which is interesting that this will come out in the reading here. So definitely, if you have a moment and you would like to check that out. But this comes from finding balance within. Like inner peace is my harmony. Inner peace is my goal. And that's what I feel like you're doing. You're learning how to complete the cycle by healing yourself and being fair to yourself and letting things unfold. No longer you're just jumping in bed with somebody. Like maybe that's something you did before, was just jump into bed and hope that things worked out, right? And now you're like, nope, like I want to see, is this person willing to go an extra mile? Not to fight for you, but because you deserve it. Do you see what I'm saying? Like it's like not to play games with people. That's not what it is. But it's like knowing that I don't have to sleep with someone just because they want me to. I sleep with someone when I know that they're worth my time. And that's what you're doing here. Yeah, and then we have the 3 of Hearts here with this growth of your emotional abundance, right? This is emotional abundance here. You're learning how to love yourself wholly, which others are celebrating and others are seeing as a beautiful thing. And it's because you let go of this, settling for someone that's immature, someone that is your way out of their league. Because I feel like all along you've been way out of these people's leagues, but because no better offers have come through, you've just settled for whatever came through. And that's nothing to beat yourself up for, right? It just is. Yeah. We have the 5 of Hearts on the bottom. And I've said this many times, but this card always says to me, don't cry over spilt milk, right? And don't worry about the hand you can't see. Only worry about what your hand is. Only worry about what you've got going on. Worry about finding equilibrium after something bad has happened, after something hard has happened. And networking for yourself and building yourself up a connection that really matters on your journey. And being willing to take that risk, being willing to take that journey so that you can complete this cycle and let Source gift you something beautiful. Because I feel like that's what's coming for you here. Something very beautiful, something that you're not yet expecting, right? Like you don't expect this to come through. You're kind of like on the fence, like, am I really going to ever have love? Am I really going to ever have this, what I want in my life? And it's like when you blow up in your business, it's like it has to do with your love. Like your connection to your business has to do with your love. And it really seems odd, right? Like, why is it that my success is tied to my love? It's not really so much about your success as it is of feeling like finally free from all the other situations that you've been through in your life. Because when you're supporting and taking care of yourself, you're just feeling yourself, right? You're in a very good place for yourself. So we do have house 3 that flipped over. We have early learning, childhood relations, the rational mind, and communication. Right? So this is something that you've been fighting with for your whole life. Okay? This is something that has happened for a long time. But now you're learning how to heal those aspects of yourself. I feel like this is healing the inner child. And through healing the inner child, which we talked about with the dice as well, you're going to have this beautiful glowing light about you. And it's going to be something that draws this person in. Trine. Angelic support, harmony, and perfect flow. And we're talking about inner peace. Is my harmony, right? I said that. And so you're getting angelic support here. This is something that Source is trying to help bring you to your loved one. They're trying to bring you to what's meant for you. Let's get some more out on it. So time frame, I would say 4 to 10 months. I know that's a huge spread, but really in the scheme of things, it's not a whole year. But I do feel like within 4 to 10 months, you are going to meet this person. But it's going to be through, look, we have leadership energy coming out again. We have the number 10 once again, elephant coming through here. And this idea of abundance with all these flowers and fruits around him. Like, this is a thing. You're going to be very abundant when you meet this person. Okay? And that's not just money. This is like an inner feeling of abundance. Like, you're going to feel full at heart because you've let go of old connections. I cannot make this stuff up. Tarantula here with connection, and look at this energy. Look at the difference between these energies. This is electric. This is draining. This is what was draining you, and you let it go. When you let it go, you become the leader in your industry. Okay, thank you. Yeah. Really, Source, I love you so much. Shaman, ancient healing wisdom. Yeah, you're healing ancestral curses from years and years and years, generations. But you're also healing your own wounds that have been holding on to you for so long. Maybe you didn't even realize how long they've been with you or how heavy the burden of carrying them around has been. And in healing that, you just let yourself be. Like, we have number 4 with the sunflower coming through here. Love that. Taking back your will, taking back your power. We have be fearless and bold. Building stability through fearlessness and boldness and bravery. Giraffe spirit on the bottom. See the big picture. So for those of you that have been waiting for love, it might feel upsetting to say, oh, it's going to be another 10 months, right? Slow and steady wins the race was coming out with number 62, number 8, which is 8. We have 8 and 11, right? So you're healing karmic wounds, but see the big picture. Number 11, this is something that's very spiritual. You're on a very spiritual path, whether you know it or not. It's something that's very spiritually led. And so for some of you, it might feel upsetting to say, well, I've waited for so long. Well, I still have to wait another almost year in order to connect with somebody that I'm meant to love. Like, what the heck is that? And it's saying that, you can't put a time limit on love. And when you say it has to be within the time frame that I say it is, then you're not allowing yourself the benefit of experiencing what Source has planned for you. We have Serena. I am the angel of abundance. You will receive the money that you need. And God is, what does it say? And God is in charge of how that will happen. Have faith. So abundance. And I feel like in this case, it's money and it's love. With Serena on the bottom here. What an amazing message coming through. Like, I cannot with you, pile one. Neptune, dream and transcend. Your dreams. It has to be, it's like connecting to your dreams. Like, that's the thing. Like, you having your dreams come true is so important to your soul. It's not about love. Like, it's literally about your dreams coming true. That's what's so important to your soul. And vulnerabilities. Yeah. And that's hard for you to be vulnerable in that way. It's like maybe love is something like being connected with somebody is much easier than being vulnerable and open and caring about what you want on the journey. And so you're learning how to be vulnerable and open, especially with your inner child, like letting yourself be goofy out in public and stuff like that. That may be hard. But the more you get in touch with yourself, the more you're going to vibrate to your tribe. Okay. This flew over. We have Teresa. It says, time out. You've been so busy taking care of everyone else's needs, but now it's time to stop and take care of yourself. Yeah, that makes so much sense. Stop trying to deal with everybody else and what they're going through, or stop trying to bring in your lover because you're afraid of being alone, right? That's also putting yourself in a place where you're not taking care of yourself. You're trying to do healing just so that you bring in your lover. Like that's bad too, right? Like that's not putting that energy and effort towards yourself. It's like false self-care is what that is, okay? So saying to take care of yourself here is so important. It's so vital to your journey. I do feel like the win is 10 months. That's not really deviating here, but let's get some yin yang cards on it. Source, may you please have some more cards for pile number 1 about how and when they're going to meet. The 1. Okay, they want one more card. Okay. Oh, my bad. They wanted one more round, I guess. Okay. Yep, okay, I see. What's on the bottom here? We have decisions came out on the bottom. So yeah, you've been through a process of decisions, determining and deciphering what is best for you on the journey. Let me stack these up here. I had some that flipped over off camera. Okay, so we have Pluto transformation that came out. Right? There's a transformation that's in the works right now. Of you learning how to express your own authentic truth. That's what's coming through here. Because you're healing your inner child. Once again, your inner child coming through to make itself known. That's what's going on here. There's something about you healing your inner child which is going to bring the one to you. Okay? It's not about you trying to manipulate the situation here. It's literally about you doing what is best for you and seeing yourself as this little child that needs and deserves love. We have thoughts and isolating because you've been isolating yourself thinking about the love that you want in your life or thinking about the one. Like I do feel like this is coming through for someone who's very impatient, saying, well, it's been such a long time. You know what? For a love that's coming to you, this type of love, I'm going to tell you it's worth waiting a lifetime for. Even if you only get to experience it for a few days, it's still worth waiting a lifetime for. So it's changing the way you're viewing the situation and remembering that this journey is about you coming into the truth of yourself and not being so closed off, guarded, and resistance to what might be. Yeah, because that's your comfort zone, clinging. Right? Being very clingy to this idea, clinging to who it has to be, or clinging to a time frame, right? That's why it's like the time frame here, it's like not something for you to hold on to. It's just something to be aware of and then let it go and let Source do what Source does best so that you can come into this rebirth. Reflect on all that healing that you've done. Reflect on your inner truth. Reflect on your inner child, your love. And nurture yourself with compassion, having compassion for the journey. Yeah, because this is something that you will manifest. That's for sure with the Earth here coming out. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn could mean something to you too. Again, not holding on to it. And then, of course, this is going to come out. That's why it's been hard. Again, this is not the label. It's just the idea of the spiritual journey. Like I said, you're on a very spiritual journey, whether you know it or not. That's what's going on here. And that's why there's been a lot of ups and downs, a lot of hardships that have come. And so how and when you'll meet the one, it's just once you understand that healing your inner child is far more important than finding love in your life. Okay. So let's check out what your card is. It says focus on love. Look for the good in everyone. Number 24. Yeah, and this is forgiving past relationships. And I talk about that too here. It's like not holding on to resentment, not holding on to the hurt or the pain. Like forgiveness so that you can set yourself free and open up to the love that's meant to come into your life. We have number 24, which is 6. And 6 is all about balance and harmony. Again, this idea of finding balance on your journey is so vital for you, pile 1. So how you'll meet the one is when you come into inner balance. And that's on a subconscious level too. That is not anything that you can manipulate. It only comes through healing the inner child and those wounds that have been really weighing you down and trying to, like, I really feel like some of you have been trying to manipulate, especially if you feel like you're on the twin flame journey, trying to manipulate your healing in a way to call in your twin flame. That's not ever going to work. That's something that Source is right away aware of. Okay. And even your higher self is aware of that. So if your higher self is aware of that, then your twin flame is also quite aware of that. Right. And so the only way to draw that type of love in is to truly focus on what's best for yourself in this moment and to open yourself up to loving yourself so deeply that you know you will get the love that you deserve. And the time frame, again, I keep feeling like it is 4 to 10 months. However, not being so attached to the outcome here, rather being attached to how can I draw closer to my soul? How can I draw closer to my most authentic self? Okay, you are a whole being already in this moment, and you deserve to see yourself as a whole being. You're not broken. There's nothing wrong with you. You haven't done anything wrong. You are already whole and complete as you are. When we talk about healing, we're talking about letting go of blocks and obstacles that have kept us from getting what we desire. Okay? It's not broken. It's just somebody laid down a hurdle in the middle of the road and we have to figure out why that hurdle's there. That's it. Okay, it's not our broken psyche. It's nothing like that. You're already whole and complete as you are. If you feel like this is your reading, leave a yellow and a red heart down below and say, I let go of control. Let Source know that you're ready to surrender to this process, to open up to your true journey and where that's leading you to, wherever that is, okay? So if this resonated with you, leave me a thumbs up down below, but I am going to go ahead and leave it there and get on out of here. I do want to take a quick second, though, pile 1, to thank your guides, your spirit messengers, your angel Source, and my spirit guides for coming together to give us this message. And until next time, stay human. Bye. Hello, my fellow human. If you were drawn to this beautiful rock, or if you were drawn to this card during the shuffle, then this is your reading on how and when will you meet the one. Keeping in mind that these are general readings, so please take what resonates and leave what does not, knowing that as you interact with the channel by liking, commenting, and subscribing, it does allow me an opportunity to directly connect with your energy and get you out more resonant readings. And if you are interested in supporting the channel further, please check out the description box down below where you will find the links necessary to reach out to me for a private reading. If you email me, I will get you out further information as well as scheduling options. And also, if you have a chance, make sure you do check out my podcast at Scatter Love Radio, where it's just a fun, chill hangout session with yours truly. And I really hope to see you there. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get into your reading and find out, first of all, how you're going to meet the one, and then we'll learn about when further into the reading. Okay, so Source, how is pile number 2 going to meet the one? What messages do you have for us, Source? What can you let them know? How is pile number 2 going to meet the one? How is pile number 2 going to meet the one, Source? So we've got third house, we have the our south node, we have Virgo energy. Okay. So a theme that I'm seeing is healing childhood wounds, okay? But we'll get some more information here, but that is something that's coming through here is healing childhood wounds. I also do feel like you may identify with a certain type of soulmate, and that's fine. However, there are some wounds that have been caused in regards to this soulmate that have been clinging on and you're not able to get beyond, okay? But if not, then this comes from the childhood that you spent with your siblings. So maybe you were the outcast in your family. You were not the child that was favored. As much as I hate to say it, but it does seem like in a lot of families there's a favored child. It's not every family is like that, no. But there are a lot where there's one child that's favored. And you may have experienced that growing up, or you may have felt like you were definitely not the favorite child and felt that jaded energy here. So if this is resonating with you, you have a certain type of soulmate, then the energy is the same. There's a jaded energy that's coming through here. And that this is part of you living in your south node. And so there's a resistance here to move beyond this energy because it feels like holding on to this has become a portion of your identity. Okay, this is something that has really become a part of who you are, and identifying with this means that if I let it go, then who am I? And so it's really important for you to understand that you need to let it go in order for you to figure that out. Because we are not who has been in our lives, and we are not what has happened to us throughout our lives, okay? We are who we are, but we have to understand what that means when other people aren't around or when we're not being guided by our emotions here, right? And so there's a sense of being very critical of yourself, of others. You're kind of stuck in your mind a lot. You get really stuck in your own head, and there's this energy of not being able to get beyond that, like almost obsessive, right? A very obsessive energy coming through here. And trying to rationalize like, oh, well, they were only the favorite because of this. Like if I had done that first, or if I had been burned first, then I would have been the favorite. There's a reason why you experienced that sort of energy in your life. If you were not the favorite child, or if you feel like you were outcast, or that you were second in regards to another sibling or other siblings, right? There's a reason why you felt like that. It's a trigger, and it's an emotional wound that comes from generations past that you're set to heal, but you must choose to heal it. It was never a personal attack against you, pile 2. It was simply something that you had to experience in order for you to heal it. For those of you that that's not resonating with, and it's more or less this connection that you have that's jaded you, again, the same thing applies, right? It was meant to happen to you so that you could heal the wounds around unconditional love that you may have, right? Whether that's loving on a condition, which is what 99% of humans love based on conditions. And it's opening yourself up to knowing that love is unconditional. And if I'm truly in love with someone, I love them regardless of how they are or who they choose to be. But that also doesn't mean that you have to open yourself up to letting that person back into your life. What we're focusing on here is karmic lessons with the South Node. This is something that either was passed on to you from ancestors, or this is something that you're destined to heal because you chose to as a soul before you were incarnated. Or this is something that you're meant to experience so that you can cleanse your own karmic line. Okay, whatever the case may be, that's what's coming through here. This is actually brought to help you understand what it is to be humble and modest on your journey. You may already be a humble and modest person. However, while that may show on the outside, at times this can feel like a mask that you're putting on because it's what you feel you're meant to do or what feels right. And underneath, you're extremely critical either of yourself or of others. And that's something that's trying to be brought to a realization here, right? It's very subconscious. This feels like it's something that you've done subconsciously for a long time because of those past wounds that we're talking about from childhood, right? With the third house here. And so this is about you clearing this karma. You followed this path for a very long time, and it's your choice to let go of this past life baggage. And again, if you don't believe in past lives, that's fine. When we talk about past lives, it's what you've lived up until now, okay? But it's what you're familiar with, and this is calling for you to do a self-assessment and introspection and overcome those fears of letting go. Overcome those fears of surrendering, right? Sometimes surrender feels very scary because it means that we're stepping into the unknown. But what is in the unknown? Well, that's the beautiful thing, and the horrifying thing about it all at once is that it's unknown. It can be really fantastic, and sometimes it might not be so fantastic, but you learn that from the not so fantastic things that there are beautiful things that can come in spite of that or because of that. Right? But if we never venture out and experience life, we'll never know. Let's get some more on it. So, source, how and when will pile 2 meet the 1? How and when will pile 2 meet the 1? You know, and I've had a lot of clients come to me and they're like, I can't forgive for past situations that have happened. And it's like, I understand how difficult that is. But in not forgiving, the one question that I ask the most is, what happens when you don't forgive? That's all I have to ask you right now, is if you're not forgiving, what is happening if you don't forgive? Like, break it down for yourself so you can understand why you're not forgiving. You know, well, is it because they don't deserve it? Well, okay, but that's not what happens when you don't forgive. Like, what do you gain out of not forgiving them? And that sounds odd, but the truth is that you'll find a little bit more understanding about yourself as to, well, I gain this or I gain that, or you may find that you gain nothing. And then the truth is so if you gain nothing, why are you going to hold on to something that's just keeping you stuck in an old pattern? Right? Forgiveness is not saying that what someone did is okay, and nor is it an invitation to come back into my life. Forgiveness is saying I release myself from the bonds of the past, of what cannot be changed. Because what's done is done. And you may never gain closure by getting an apology from this person. You may never gain that. So you have to choose, is closure so important to you? How can you give it to yourself? Otherwise, it will stay an open-ended chapter for forever. So how and when will pile number 2 meet the 1, source? Okay, this wants to come out. Yeah, there's a lot of negativity that surrounds you, but this is in your mind. This is something that you're dealing with. Okay, this is something that's very internal. And while we have the 5 of Swords, it can depict outside influences, but I feel like the reason that this is coming up as internal is because you've been influenced a lot in your life by other people, and that has shaped the way that you see the world. Like, it feels like the whole world is against you. It feels like everybody's out to get you, or everybody does personal things to you, attacks you in personal ways, right? And this is the South Node energy that's coming through. This is a part of yourself that you need to observe within and understand more about yourself. Realize that this is where you can find deep, deep clarity on your own journey. Yeah, you've grown too big for this thought process, but this is what scares you. See, this is the thing, like, how will you meet the 1? It's actually facing this part of yourself that you've fretted about facing for a long time. Right? Like, this is something that you have really, really fought for a long time. It's like, oh, I don't want to face this. I don't want to do this. I don't want to, this is who I am. That it comes back to that idea that was coming through here. It feels like a part of your identity. I identify with being the black sheep in the family. And if I face that and heal that, then I'm no longer the black sheep in the family. Then I actually have to face the fact that they didn't love me the way that I deserved to be loved. They gave other people more attention than they gave me, which was an unfair treatment. See, do you see what I'm saying here? It's like facing the truth instead of seeing it through the rose-colored glasses of your identity. And that's what's keeping you from meeting the 1 here. So how you're going to meet the 1 is by realizing that this is an old process of thinking. This is an old process of seeing the world and moving on to a more positive path in your life here. and letting go of things that are just endless cycles. But this is something that has left you catatonic spiritually for a long time. And it's hard to see it as what it is, an illusion, because you're strong enough to move beyond this. You're strong enough to save yourself. And look at this. You're strong enough to heal your life and complete this cycle. And more importantly, you're strong enough to call in the love and the soulmate that you want with the commitment that you want and have the life that you desire. By overcoming, by letting go of what's no longer serving you, by becoming the person that you desire, but by being the person that you desire to be and having the love that you desire in your life, do you believe that that person is going to hold on to these old thoughts? Like, really think about that for a second. It's fair to ask yourself that, right? But you want commitment of love. It's plain and it's easy to see. Look at all these beautiful cards under this 9 of coins. And the 9 of coins is in the upright here. Okay? But it's just still depicting, it's like being led by an illusion. Because the identity is an illusion. The spirit and the soul is the only thing that's real. That's the truth. But when you're suffocating yourself because you're saying, oh, I can't be more than what I've claimed I am. So the South Node energy is being made present here with the dice, and we're seeing a bigger picture come through with the cards. This is a thought process. This is something that's within your mind, but your soul is pushing here with the 2 of Swords here, saying you've outgrown this. You've outgrown this. You're too big for this. Like, you're spiritually have been growing this whole time. This is the one that's holding on, and you're afraid that if you jump, you're going to get cut to shreds. And in truth, you'll have an emotional egoic death, which is fine. But what your spirit and what your soul is trying to tell you here is that this is something that's left us spinning free will for a long time. And it's something that really, really continues to feed the negative things that you tell yourself. Okay, so healing your South Node is something that's going to help you meet the one. That's how you're going to meet the one, is by healing this South Node energy. Yeah, there's nothing wrong, or you're not doing anything wrong. It's just by seeing yourself in a different light is really the core issue here. Okay, let's get some clarifiers out on it. Source, may you please have some clarifying cards for pile number 2. How are they going to meet the one? How are they going to meet the one, Source? Yeah, trusting your intuition here. Look at this. We have the 5 of Diamonds coming out, also depicting the Pope. So this commitment coming through. My apologies for the train. It's not something I can change, but it is loud. Isn't this interesting? You have the Popess and the Pope. This is like a divine spiritual connection here. Okay? Wanting to be seen. This wants to be seen. You deserve this. This is something that is a part of your journey. But stubbornness has a tendency to keep us locked in place. Okay? And so I feel like you do have a stubborn energy around you right now. And again, it's not you being anything other than what you've been your whole life, and that's fine. Right? But it's being, right now you're being asked to take a look at it because you want to manifest a new beginning in love. You want to manifest hope and self-love and truth and honor within that will lead to a commitment. That means sometimes when you have to set boundaries in your life, it's setting boundaries for yourself and moving away from something that's not serving you anymore. We have the 6 of Spades here. I feel like it's like I'm getting this energy of diversion. Like you become a diversion for your soul journey sometimes. Because of the thoughts in your head. It's like thinking, oh, you know, well, I've been through this. Like, I deserve to get what I want. But then when you're working towards it, all of a sudden you'll have those self-sabotaging energies come in, and it's like, oh, well, I just don't even deserve it, so what's the point? And so you may actually stop moving towards your journey because of that. It is very emotional. This is something that's being depicted as very emotional. within. This is something that you've learned from others. But you already decided this was a journey you wanted to take, but sometimes you have a hard time convincing yourself or encouraging yourself more or less to continue on with it. Yeah, we have the 5 of Spades here. Again, depicting this as very internal. This is something that you are experiencing within. Right? It's like not wanting to rock the boat. So if I rock the boat, then who do I become? It's like you're so used to being told what cards are good to play. You're so used to being told what you need to do. And so now to make a decision on your own is scary. Because that's taking back your power, to own your whole power and to empower yourself, pile 2. It's very scary, but this is a very deep South Node issue that's coming to light here for you. And that's how you will meet the one. Five, 5, 5. You may see 5, 5, 5 a lot. I do feel like 15 months is a time frame here for you to look at. And I know that feels like a long time, but at the same time, just thinking about how long you've been on this journey dealing with so many upsets, it's nothing compared to how far you've come. But I do feel like 15 months is something that you need to look at. And not holding on to that. That's something that I tell everyone too. It's like not holding on to that and saying, oh, this has to happen in 15 months. And if it doesn't happen in 15 months, you either A, get mad at yourself or get mad at the reader or get mad at everyone else, rather than just understanding that it's going to be different for everyone. Because that's the way it's meant to be. Let's get some oracles on it. Look. South Node, destined to release, coming out on the bottom of the deck here. I cannot make this up. That's the energy that's wanting to be present here. Saying this is something we're meant to let go of. This is not something we need to hold on to. Like, yes, you want love. Yes, you want good things to come into your life. Yes, you want to manifest the life of your dreams. But are you willing to let go of what's comfortable in order to do so? So we have number 19 coming through with reliability and goat. This is saying to be reliable for yourself. Also, again, depicting stubbornness, right? Goats are stubborn. They're stubborn. Plus, they eat anything and everything, whether it's good for them or not. You know, and that's the thing. I feel like that's what you're going through right now. You're trying to figure out, is this good for me? Is this bad for me? And when something you see is bad for you, but something that you're used to, you know, eating, and I'm not saying food, I'm saying this could be spiritual messages, this could be, you know, something that you choose to do in your free time, it could be somebody that you're hanging out with. You're so used to eating garbage, though, that when you stop eating garbage, it's scary, right? Because you're so used to it. Well, it tasted good. Yeah, until you start to taste what real love is, or until you start to taste what real truth is, right? Yeah, it's time for you to celebrate the journey that you've been on. You've been through a lot. And I don't feel like you give yourself enough credit for all the things that you've experienced. Not just experienced, though, pile 2, but actually have overcome and let go of. This is just that one stubborn one that just, it keeps holding on. It keeps holding on. So we have number 67 here with Wolf Spirit. Turn knowledge into wisdom. Okay, this is 13, connecting to the 13 card or death card. Again, it's like turning that knowledge into your wisdom now. Go after what you want and let go of what's not serving you any longer. Don't believe the lies that you've told yourself. We have Turtle Spirit. Slow and steady wins this race. Again, that idea that maybe 15 months feels way too long. But we have 62, which is 8. You're clearing out karmic cycles, right? What's behind that? Look. White Raven Spirit, trust in the magic, 66. That's a master number here. Balance is all that you need to focus on right now. Balancing yourself, balancing your life, balancing your inner spirit is so important right now. Let's get an angel wisdom message. Thank you. On the bottom, we have Athena. It is safe for you to be powerful. You know how to be powerful in a loving way that benefits others as well as yourself. Exactly. It's like just saying, like, it's scary sometimes to take back that power. You've been told how to be and what to do your whole life. To take that back and to trust yourself is sometimes a very scary situation. And we have Athena coming through, confirming exactly what I was feeling. Okay, let's put these up here. Let's see what we got going on here with your oracle cards. Venus energy, because you want to give and receive love. Find value and see beauty. Even in the bad things, finding value and seeing beauty in the bad things that have happened to you will help you come into a state of gratitude, which an attitude of gratitude will manifest you your life, okay? But sometimes it's hard to be grateful for hurtful things that we've gone through. Look, I get it. I get it. Sometimes you don't want to be. But eventually, it will knock on the door so many times that you have to open up the door and say, okay, I'm done with you causing all this ruckus. We need to come face to face and deal with this, okay? Look, house 10, structure, discipline, life mission, your accomplishments, and your careers. Okay, this is a part of your life mission, is healing this. Because it's going to help you heal others. Whether you want to or not, just you becoming more authentic is going to heal others. I cannot with you, pile 2. Do you see this? We have wolf coming out again. Authenticity. Number 17, 8. Again, healing karmic issues, healing karmic wounds, letting go of identities that are keeping you from being your most authentic self. Wolf may mean something to you. This may be your totem animal. It may be your spirit animal as well. Or it just may have some significance in your life. So this is just a confirmation for you, but it is also confirmation on this reading saying that this is exactly what's meant to come through. Boom, we have childhood innocence. Exactly. Didn't I say that? This is connected to your early childhood. Okay, and again, that idea of children coming through here. Maybe you weren't seen as an equal to someone else, or maybe you were seen as more than another child. And it's healing that innocence within. And I started that off the reading. I was like, healing our inner child has been a theme this week on the readings that are coming through. It's just something that keeps coming up. So it does tell me that that's something that we're focusing on as a whole, okay, as a collective. And then we have Chantel. New romance is imminent, either with a newcomer or through reigniting passion in your existing relationship. Be open to giving and receiving love. Once again, giving and receiving love. Another confirmation, but new love is coming. It's like I was saying, 15 months, it may seem like a long time, but this is a beautiful love that's about to enter your life. Someone who's committed. Someone who wants to commit to you. Okay? Let's get some yin-yang cards out on it for you, pile 2, and find out what comes through for pile 2. What other messages do you have for us, Source? Celebration, gifts, abundance. Yes. Whoa, do you want all those? I guess so. Okay. That was a grip. Okay, thank you. Thank you. Action, courage, Jupiter, new beginnings. Okay, this is all about you healing this South Node. Let me tell you, pile 2, in healing this aspect of yourself, like, you're not ever going to have to deal with the hardships that this brought into your life ever again. We have distance, retreat, or time out. This feels like an integration period for you. Okay, you're learning how to treat yourself better. You're learning how to celebrate the gifts and abundance that Source has brought in for you, right? We have celebration here. And look, underneath that, we have ceremony and invocation, which is Source energy coming through. And I cannot make this up. We have ancestors and generations. When I say you're healing generational curses, whether you wanted to or not, it falls onto each child. As each child is born, they're given an opportunity to heal these wounds. If they choose not to, then it falls to the next generation. And it falls to the next generation. And then you see how that suddenly becomes generational wounds that are not very fun to deal with, right? Yeah, guarded invulnerability. This is teaching you how to let down the fences around your heart, around your being, and open up to your truth, your authentic self. You are getting assistance from your spirit guides. That's why I was saying, like, the wolf may be a spirit animal for you. Maybe one of your guides is a wolf spirit. To expressing your truth. Look at these powerful messages coming for you. I love this. Because you've already been living a life of limitation and fears. This is something that scares you, is letting go of this. It's okay. It scares everybody, getting outside of their comfort zone, letting go of what they've known their whole life. You're letting go of the tail of the dragon so you can embrace the head of the dragon. Well, last time I checked, the head of the dragon had teeth. At least the tail was just a tail. I could get away from that. That was easy. But now I got to fight with teeth too. But see, that's the thing. The dragon's here to help us. It's not here to eat us. But we don't know that, right? We don't see it that way because our emotional ego is trying to protect us from things that hurt us. But you have to make a decision here. This is very important for you to make a decision concerning your journey. And to nurture yourself. To be compassionate with yourself. Don't beat yourself up for anything that you've gone through or any way that you've decided to show up. That's not how you're going to get there. You need to celebrate the fact that, hey, this has been really hard for me. It's been difficult, but I've got there. I've gotten so much further along this than I used to. And now I have a choice to let go of something that's been holding me back for a really long time. Let's check out and see what your oracle card is. Look, number 11 coming through here. Look to your inner strength. You are so much stronger than you realize. In this idea of caging yourself here. Being stuck. You have to re-empower yourself. You don't see just how much you shine. You don't see how amazing you are. And so how you're going to meet the one is by learning just how amazing you are and embracing that. It's not something that is selfish or narcissistic. This is embracing the truth of your wonder. Saying, you know what? I see wonder in others. It's okay for me to see wonder in myself. Because you deserve that. You deserve to see yourself through the eyes of the divine. Through eyes of unconditional love. To embrace and embody this aspect of, this is me. This is a whole version of me, no matter what. And I'm always going to strive to be my best version. Or I'm always going to work on myself to change and evolve. Because we're always ever evolving, right? But no matter what, when I show up in this moment, I am me. And me is good. And I'm glad I'm me. Because I don't want to be anybody else. That's what it's saying here. Find your inner strength. This is a spiritual choice that you can make. You have a decision to find this, to let go of what's no longer serving you so that you can come into this beautiful love that's just waiting. It's just waiting. There's nothing you can do to manipulate this to come in. Okay? This is you by truly embracing and surrendering to your own journey. And I know it's hard when they say surrender. What do you mean by surrender? Stop resisting the change that you know you need to make. Okay? So if you feel like this is your reading, leave a purple heart down below and say, I make the changes necessary for my journey, to let Source know that you're calling this in. Leave me a thumbs up, but I am going to go ahead and leave it there and get on out of here. I do want to take a quick second to thank your guides, your spirit messengers, your angel Source, and my spirit guides for coming together to give us this message. And until next time, Pile 2, stay human. Bye. Hello, my fellow human. If you were drawn to this beautiful amethyst shard, or if you were drawn to this card during the shuffle, this is your reading on how and when will you meet the one. Keep in mind that these are general readings, so please take what resonates and leave what does not. Knowing that as you interact with the channel by liking, commenting, and subscribing down below, it does allow me an opportunity to directly connect with your energy and get you out more resonant readings. Also, if you are interested in supporting the channel further, you will find all the links necessary down below in the description box, where you can email me for a personal reading, where I will get you out scheduling options as well as further information. And also make sure you do check out my podcast over on Scatter Love Radio, where it's just a fun, cool hangout session with yours truly. And honestly, I just hope to see you there. So with that being said, let us go ahead and get into your reading and find out how and when you'll meet the one. We'll get into the when later on in the reading, but let's find out how first. So Source, how will pile number 3 meet the 1? What messages can you give us for pile number 3? Source, how will they meet the 1? Source, how will pile 3 meet the 1? What messages can you give to us, Source? The candle just went out. So we do have 4th house, Scorpio energy, and Saturn. Okay. So, nurturing a wound. That's what I heard. Taking care of something. Taking care of something that was really difficult. This is from a past. Okay, your past. This is something that... Let me change this real quick. 1 second. Okay. There we go. That's better. Yeah, I feel like maybe there's been a little bit of passive-aggressive energy. Either you have exuded this or it's just been present in your life, your whole life. And it's like really nurturing those wounds from when that's happened. If you're the one that's being passive-aggressive, why? Like, why are you being passive-aggressive? And it's okay. This is something that we have to deal with. We have to be accountable for our own actions and truly honest for the things that we have done in our lives, right? And that's not always easy. That's not always easy. Sometimes it's very difficult for us to be like, okay, I was the one that was in the wrong. Like, I was the one that was causing a lot of drama, or I was the one that was doing that. And even with that, like, if you had a lot of passive-aggressive people in your life, is there something that you contributed to it? And not just immediately saying no, okay? And you're maybe like, how does this even give me a message as to how I'm going to meet the 1? We'll get there. Don't worry. We'll get there. This is about nurturing, though. Nurturing some wound that's been within you for a while, right? Whether that's in regards to your parents, your guardians, your family. This is something that's very domestic by nature, okay? But this is about your emotional foundations and healing that and nurturing that part of yourself. It's in healing that you'll begin to find some sense of passion and drive again in life. You'll learn a deep wisdom. Oh my goodness, my dog just coughed. Are you okay, Zoe? Okay. All these noises and confirmations coming. You're going to find a deep wisdom here where you can be determined in your life no matter what comes your way, no matter what difficulties come your way. And if you've been here with me anytime, you know I talk about Saturn as the planet of tough love. And anytime we see Saturn coming up in a reading, we know this is a difficult time. Right? This is difficult things that you've had to experience, that you're having to face now. Okay, there's been some sense of separation here. There's been some sense of restructuring. There's been a lot of endings and beginnings. You've had to deal with vindictive people. You've had to deal with maybe jealous people. You maybe had to deal with clinging yourself or passive-aggressive energies or codependency. There's been paranoia. There's been intense controlling energies in your life. And now it's time for you to let that go and become bold and powerful for yourself and to empower yourself on your own journey. To find a sense of structure and foundation for yourself. Right? To understand your ambition and what are your responsibilities. And also, what burdens are you carrying that are not yours to carry? You know, is there dominance in your life? Are you being dominant? Is someone else being dominant over you? These are the blockages that may be coming up for you, and understanding those and letting yourself really truly delve in and see, what is this that's causing in my life? Is this something that's good? Is this something I feel obligated to? Is this something that feels more like karma? Is this something that is a restriction in my life? How do I overcome that, right? Because right now you do have some blockages for love. You know, with Saturn, we have this sense of being restricted on your journey. And Scorpio, it does feel hidden, deep emotional wounding coming out here for you. Okay, well, let's get some cards on it and find out more about how you're going to meet the 1. It'll make sense once we get the cards out on it. Because we're understanding ourselves, right? Sometimes we have to heal before we'll ever meet the 1 that we're meant to have in our lives. And part of that's because we have to raise our vibration, right? You want a higher vibrational love, but if you're still coming from a lower vibrational energy, you're only going to attract in those that are vibrating at the same frequency as you. Okay, that's not ever going to change. That's just the way that it is. So if you're dealing with a lot of people in your life that are codependent, that are upsetting, that are frustrating, you have to ask yourself, where's my vibration at? It's no longer about other people, because there only becomes, after a while, one common denominator, and that's you. And that's sometimes difficult, right? Because we want to see ourselves as the innocent in everything. We want to see ourselves as like this amazing, wonderful person. And that's not true. You are an amazing, wonderful person, but they're also multifaceted beings being here on earth as we are. It tells us that we're more than just the sum of our parts, right? We are so much and so many things going on all at once. So Source, how is pile 3 going to meet the 1? Okay, how is pile 3 going to meet the 1, Source? What more can you tell us? Well, okay, thank you. Okay. How is pile 3 going to meet the 1, Source? Okay. Yeah, by letting go of toxic patterns, obsessions, upsets, you know, and with Scorpio energy, that can be obsessive energy. Letting go of the idea that you're connected to these people, or that anybody in your life, whether that's you or them, needs to be put onto some sort of pedestal, right? Even if you have a crush on somebody, like putting them on a pedestal, that's not good for you. Yeah. What I was saying, healing emotional hurt. Yeah, this is deep-rooted emotional pain that's coming through here. Hidden emotions. With the King of Cups in reverse, we're talking about not having emotional maturity to deal with the things that are coming towards you, whether that's in love or in life in general, and shining a light on this. Bringing it to the forefront here. Bringing it to your conscious mind and saying, okay, if things are absolutely unbearable in my life, like, what is it that I can do to become so balanced and grounded within myself so that I can emotionally handle what's coming towards me? Are you dealing with anxiety? Are you dealing with depression? These are questions that's okay to ask yourself, because if those are things that you're dealing with, now you have a foundation to take the road to get help, you know. And you could be like, well, I don't want to go see a shrink. You know what? Everybody needs a therapist. Even therapists needs therapists, okay? It's hard to get through this life without having somebody to talk to that's outside of this box that we're living in. When you're talking to people who are emotionally involved, it causes a lot of upset, and you're not able to get an unbiased advice. Okay? Yeah. There's a lot of anxiety coming through here. Feeling unfair. Feeling like life is unfair. Okay? We're going to get into how you're going to meet the 1, because it's like facing this fear is what's going to get you there. Okay? Facing the fact that there's no one that's on a pedestal. We're all on even ground. Even people you see that may have it all together, and you might be like, oh, why do they have it all together? Like, why are they so lucky? You know what? They're on the same journey that you're on. It's not that anybody has it all together. It's just that some people have learned to become emotionally mature and deal with their internal self. And that's what's coming through here. This definitely feels like a deep wound, though, of feeling something like is very unfair. And judgment, right? This is a sense of judgment. Anytime justice comes out in the reverse, we're talking about judging others for doing something that you yourself are doing. Okay, that's exactly the bigotry that's coming through here. It's like judging someone for being judgmental, but you're judging them first. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's like being in this place of like, oh, well, you didn't do that. And it's like, but you're wanting that person to do something that you yourself aren't willing to do. Right? And it's this judgment and this fear that's keeping you from being able to move forward to deal with the root of the problem, which is being presented here by the devil. That could be money. That could be love. It could be fear. Essentially, the root of it is fear. And we have the 8 of Swords coming out in the reverse, which is a deep-rooted anxiety. Okay. So there's a lot of upset here. So you could have recently gone through a breakup, and you're wanting to know when you're going to meet the 1 after going through a breakup. You have to heal from the breakup first. Right? You can't just move on with baggage and hope that someone's going to take your baggage and be willing to make it theirs. And you can already say, well, I would. Do you, though? I mean, really, do you? If someone comes in and they want to get together with you, but all they're doing is talking about their ex, do you really like that? Do you really want to carry that? That's the questions that you have to ask yourself. It's like, if you're asking and wanting someone to be willing to take you as you are, can you take yourself as you are? Like, if you were to split apart and become a clone of yourself, would you take yourself as you are in this moment? And if the answer to any of those questions is no, why? And start to understand yourself. This is about understanding yourself here. We do have Capricorn energy coming out very, very heavy here. Okay? It's like Capricorn and Libra right here. So you have this idea, it's like, of trying to find harmony through hard work, but maybe there's just an obsession through hard work, or working in order to manipulate a process. It's not working out for you here. It's just creating a lot more anxiety, a lot more upset in your life, and drawing you further away from yourself. And the further you draw away from yourself, the harder it is to focus on what's necessary for your journey. Self-love, self-care, self-understanding, self-compassion, self-truth. These are things that are trying to come out. You know, the candle went out at the beginning of the reading. You're burning out your own flame. You could be experiencing burnout on your journey as well, like where you've worked too hard or done too much. And so now it's just all these petty emotions are coming up, and you're kind of like, whoa, why am I feeling so petty? It's cool. We've all been there. I'm guilty of it too. Everybody is. Right? No one is free from this. This is something that's very human at its nature. And so it's like this pettiness that's coming up. It's like judging others or trying to get back at someone or make someone else feel bad because you don't feel good yourself. And so it's hard for Source to even align you with a love right now, because there's this deep emotions trying to be brought to the surface here from the subconscious. Let's get some clarifiers out. Source, can you please have some clarifiers for pile 3? How will they meet the one? How will they meet the one, Source? Thank you. Hi, Zoe. Are you okay? How will they meet the one, Source? How will pile 3 meet the one? Yeah. By learning to share. Get some water, baby. It's okay. You can come out here. You don't have to be in there. You okay? Silly head. By learning to share, this equal give and take, it's like you want people to treat you with respect, and it's like you want people to see you for who you are, and it's like, are you willing to see others for who they are, and are you willing to treat others with respect? That's not always simple. It's not always easy. It's always simple, but it's not always easy. Again, this idea of sharing with this 7 of clubs here. Sharing what you have and persevering no matter what. So are you gaining wisdom? This is another question to ask. Are you gaining wisdom on something and you're not sharing it with others because you're so afraid of the what ifs? Well, what if somebody steals my ideas? Or what if somebody else makes money off of this instead of me? Or what if somebody else does better than I do? Or what if? Holding on to it is just going to create a lot of inner turmoil for yourself. Yeah. And so it feels like you're on the outside looking in. This has to do with your stability. Not only your emotional stability. Well, honestly, it's mainly your emotional stability, but also physical stability too. You may have a sense of not feeling very stable. You may deal with a lot of lower back issues too. And that's our lack of stability in life. The other thing is you might have issues with your thighs. Okay? And that's our ability to carry ourselves through the journey and trust that. But this is talking about your emotional stability in life. Like having this hardship and sharing what is yours with others, but wanting everyone else to share what they have with you. And how are you going to meet the one is by facing this internal conflict that you have. Because this is very lopsided, right? And it comes from being jaded. It comes from the hardships that we talked about with Saturn. And if you've made it this far, I applaud you because it's bravery. That's you being brave and taking the next step. And so if you've made it this far, Leave a little red heart down below in the comment section and say, I'm willing to face my internal conflict, to let Source know that you're ready to face these hardships. Because this is not easy. What you have to do is not easy. It's going to be difficult, but it will be worth it. Yeah, and then we have the Jack of Spades on the bottom here. Understanding that your truth comes from facing your reality and healing with Temperance and the Two of Hearts here. Healing so that you can call in love. You want to call in love. This is how you'll meet them. You want to call them in by healing, though. It will be through your healing. So I'm getting a number of 14 months here. There's going to be some time where you're going to have to go into solitude and shine some light on what you're not gaining. The emotional instability that's going on here with the Four of Hearts being present. So that you can rebuild. Yeah, I'm getting 14 months as a number here. That sounds like a long time, but this is something that's really deeply rooted within your psyche. And so it's not a long time in comparison while you're healing and integrating and learning how to trust yourself on the journey and trust what feels right for you, not trust the emotional mind, right? Sometimes the emotional mind is telling us somebody's not right for us, or they're telling us, oh, this person's going to backstab me, or this person's doing this behind my back, or this person's doing that. You know, like making up stories. And so you begin to believe that, then you fall down this rabbit hole of like, oh my gosh, like suddenly everybody is out to get you, and it becomes a conspiracy theory everywhere you go. Like somehow this person that you met over here somehow knows this other person that you're thinking things about like that over here, and they're not even connected to each other like that. But your mind is trying to make a connection somewhere so it makes sense to you and keeps you in this negative thought process, right? So we have Mars with moving forward and defending self. You have to defend yourself from yourself, right? That's what it feels like here. Intimacy, intuition, compassion with Pisces, and learning to love yourself, right? You will get help here, okay? This is not something you have to walk on your own. You will gain help. You will get assistance with this, but you have to see yourself as this emotionally mature individual, right? You have to come into this King of Cups energy in the upright for you to ever be able to ask in the love that you desire. Finding your path of purpose is imperative now. And knowing that the hardships that you're struggling through right now are all helping you come into your path of purpose. Okay? It's helping you gain true wisdom. And it's helping you to heal ancestral curses here with Orca. Again, this idea of deep emotional wounding that you're growing from. Yeah, you're going to be creating the life of your dreams. You will have everything that you ask for. You could be a Pisces too. There's Pisces energy coming out. But what I'm saying here is like that idea with Pisces is you have the fish that goes really, really high, and then you have the fish that goes really, really low. And I'm a Pisces sun, and I have Pisces really highly aspect in my chart as well. And so it's difficult in those situations when you get in a rut. That Piscean energy can sometimes just make you dwell there for a long time, and it's difficult to come back up. Okay? But when you realize this, you'll be able to move on from it, right? You'll realize that this is not meant to last for forever, because it's not. It never was meant to last for forever. It's just something that's happening right now. Oh, here we go. Look, we have Dolphin Spirit. Yeah, so you're getting a lot of water energy coming through here. It says number 20, Dolphin Spirit. This and that are true, right? So what you're experiencing, all of it is true. But it's also true that you can overcome that. Look, we have the koi fish, which is the Pisces. This is the symbol of Pisces, is the koi fish. There's always enough with number 36. Yeah, so Pisces energy is very, very important for you for some reason. Okay? But it's just saying like you're in this place of really being controlled by the deep emotions that you're experiencing, and it's difficult to overcome that. It's up to you to bring that to a close. It's up to you to let it go. It's up to you to say enough is enough, right? No one can bring you out of your emotional rut. You're the only one that can. Why? Because your emotions are your emotions at the end of the day. And that's not always easy to face. So we do have Celeste. It says, a happy move to a new home or place of employment is in the works. This movement will usher in new, positive new energy. Yeah, so there's definitely new energy on the way. But right now, you just have to overcome what's going on right now, right? There's a lot of struggle, and this is what's going to help you meet the person that you're meant to be with. So we do have Leo, self-confidence, loyalty, and creativity. Becoming loyal to yourself is so imperative right now so that you can call in someone who's going to be loyal to you. Okay? Look, house 10, we have your life mission. This, whatever you're experiencing right now, pile 3, has to do with your path of purpose. Structure, discipline, life mission, accomplishments, and career. Right? Capricorn energy. We have Capricorns ruled by Saturn, connected with the 10th house and the Devil card here. So Capricorn is a very powerful energy for you as well. But Capricorns, it's interesting because, you know, whenever we talk about zodiacs, Capricorns, when they're in their negative energy, they're the pessimist of the zodiac, okay? Like, nothing ever goes right. They will always have a terrible side to everything. Like, they cannot look at things as a glass half full. It's always half empty. And so I feel like that's what you're facing right now, is seeing the glass as half empty and realizing that it's not half empty, it's half full, and you're the one that has control over that. Look at this. We had Dolphin come out from another deck with number 42 and happiness. Right? 6, finding balance. This and that are true. Finding your happiness comes from you, though. Finding happiness from within. How synchronistic is that? That's so incredible. And then we have Adriana, your angel. It says, I am leading you toward the answer to your prayers. Please listen to and follow the steps I am communicating through your intuition, thoughts, and dreams. So you're getting intuitive insight to this, pile 3. Like, you're getting intuitive knowing and you're being led to this. But right now, like, how you're going to meet the one comes from really facing these upsets and really integrating the lessons that you're learning along the way. Let's get some yin yang cards out on it and see what other messages come through here. Stars, may I please have some more messages here? What else would you like to tell pile 3? What else would you like to tell pile 3? Thank you. Yeah, healing the inner child. Okay. What else would you like to tell pile 3, source? Okay, I feel like those two want to come out. I'm going to do one more run. What else would you like to tell pile 3, source? Thank you. Okay, what else would you like to tell pile 3? Thank you. Wow. Wow. Okay. Bottom of the deck, we've got storm, unexpected. Yeah, so I feel like there's going to be an unexpected change here. Okay, I do feel like that is coming through here. All right, so this came out. Look, we have regret and repression. Yeah, so there's definitely a dark energy around you right now. And it's just those old feelings, those old habits that are being brought to light. You know, separation and longing. You could be longing for your other half, your partner. Again, that idea, I'm longing to meet the one, but I'm not willing to heal because I'm in this longing state. And that's what's overwhelming me, right? And that's okay. That's just a phase that you're going through. It's not permanent, but you're the one that can change that. You have to make a choice to overcome that, right? So we do have guarded and vulnerability here. Like, it's hard for you to be vulnerable because you're so guarded all the time. We saw that with the reading. But you'll find strength in opening up yourself to your vulnerability. And it's so important for you now to find stability in your life, harmony, flow, a sense of peace. Right? Okay? You're healing your inner child wounds right now. This is a part of your life's purpose. This is a part of your mission. We did have the divine masculine make an appearance here. So you're calling in your masculine. It's just taking time. They say it's like 14 months, right? And don't ever hold on to the time frame, because the more you hold on to it, the more you push it away from you. But you want to receive. Yeah. Whether you're the divine masculine or you want to receive the divine masculine, you want to receive with an open hand here and an open heart. Because this is going to take you through a rebirth. This is your journey here. You're letting go of what was. You're reflecting on what is now. But it's not easy because you've dealt with a lot of hurt and pain in the past. And so understanding your own toxic traits is so powerful to your journey, because no one is free from sin, pile 3. But when you observe that and you understand that, then you become more powerful on your journey, and no one can shake you from where you're at. So let's go ahead and check out your oracle card and see what it has to say. We have number 31, which is 4. And 4 is all about strength, structure, and stability, which we've been talking about with Saturn here. We've been talking about with the Capricorn energy as well as the 10th house. It has love makes a difference. Love helps heal past hurts and provides a sense of security and self-worth. Didn't I say that you may struggle with lower back pain, and that's our sense of security in the world? Also, we're talking about healing past hurts and letting go of that bigotry energy. Like, I'm going to judge you because of something that you're doing that I also do, right? And letting that go, because that's not adding to our sense of self-worth. When we let go of these hurts and we let love make a difference in our life, then we begin to see ourselves as worthy individuals, and that we are enough in this here now here moment, and we do deserve what we're asking for. Okay, so this is what I see for you, pile 3. If you feel like this is your reading, I don't remember what color heart I said earlier, but if you've made it to the end here, leave a little angel emoji down below and say, I call in love. And let source know that you call that in. Leave me a thumbs up down below, but I'm going to go ahead and leave it there and get on out of here. I do want to take a quick minute to thank your guides, your spirit messengers, your angel source, and my spirit guides for coming together to give us this message. And until next time, pile 3, stay human. Bye.